Have you ever wondered what happens to your body, mind, and spirit when you stop engaging in one of life's most natural and powerful acts, masturbation, as you age? Many seniors are conditioned to believe that sexual expression, especially in solitude, fades naturally with time. But the truth is, neglecting this intimate part of your life can have a far deeper impact than you might think. It affects more than just your libido. It can influence your circulation, hormones, sleep, prostate health, and even your emotional well-being. In this video, we'll uncover why staying connected to yourself in this way isn't just about pleasure, it's about maintaining your health, vitality, and emotional grounding as you age. We'll talk about how regular self-pleasure helps prevent physical discomfort, enhances prostate health, and promotes emotional connection and self-esteem. And, most importantly, we'll explore the powerful benefits that this simple act has on your mental health, from boosting mood to improving sleep and reducing stress. Don't miss out on these eye-opening insights. Stay with us until the end and discover how this often overlooked part of self-care can help you live a more fulfilling and empowered life. Your body is still listening, and it deserves attention, care, and respect. If you are not subscribed, I recommend subscribing and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. As we grow older, our bodies begin to change in ways we often don't fully understand, and not just because of the passage of time. The truth is, many of these changes are exacerbated by inactivity, by a lack of the very things that keep us vibrant and alive. Just as our muscles shrink and lose their strength when left untouched, and our joints stiffen when we stop moving, our sexual organs, too, respond to a lack of use in profound and often damaging ways. When masturbation ceases completely, something happens within the body. The blood flow to the pelvic area, which once pulsed with vitality and health, begins to slow down. This reduction in circulation can lead to discomfort, diminished sensitivity, and, in men, it heightens the risk of prostate issues. The tissues that once responded eagerly to touch and stimulation, the very parts of you that were once alive with feeling, start to wither away. They become less elastic, less responsive, and in many cases, even painful. What was once an act of pleasure and connection turns into an aching reminder of something lost, leaving your body to feel disconnected, distant, and detached from its power. For women, the consequences of sexual inactivity can be even more profound. Vaginal dryness, irritation, and a deep, often painful disconnection from one's own body can become all too common. It's a lonely feeling, knowing that a vital part of you, one that once brought pleasure, connection, and self-affirmation, now feels foreign and alien. And what may shock many seniors is how rapidly these physical changes can take hold. In just a few short months of no sexual activity, the body begins to forget what it once knew so instinctively. It forgets how to respond, how to awaken, and how to engage with itself in a healthy and pleasurable way. Unlike youth, where the body bounces back with ease, it takes much longer to restore what has been lost in our later years. The elasticity, the sensitivity, the vitality, it all takes time to rebuild. This is why regular masturbation, even just once or twice a week, can be so crucial. It helps maintain the delicate balance of pelvic health. It supports the tissues, keeps the muscles and glands working as they should, and prevents the stagnation that leads to discomfort and more severe complications. This isn't about chasing fleeting desires or trying to rekindle something that no longer feels natural. It's about honoring and preserving a vital part of your body's design, one that you shouldn't let slip away simply because time has passed. Think about it. Would you ever stop brushing your teeth because you're aging? No. You maintain the essentials of health because you know they're necessary. And your sexual health should be no different. But the body isn't the only thing at risk. What happens emotionally when you no longer feel connected to your pleasure? That's where the real damage begins. Without that connection, that sense of ownership over your own body, a deep emotional void can start to form. It begins subtly at first, creeping into the corners of your mind, unnoticed. You may find yourself less interested in your appearance, your self-worth may start to wither, and in some cases, you might even begin to feel invisible, as if you no longer exist in your own body. What was once a source of comfort, relief, and joy becomes something you avoid, something that feels foreign or uncomfortable. The act of masturbation, deeply personal though it may be, is also deeply affirming. It serves as a reminder to yourself that your body still belongs to you, that you're still capable of feeling, of choosing, of engaging in something that is purely for your pleasure. For many older adults, masturbation isn't just about sexual satisfaction. It's about reclaiming your identity, your agency, and your emotional grounding. It's about affirming that you are still here, still vibrant, and still in touch with your inner life. Without this private ritual, loneliness begins to creep in. Anxiety takes root in the heart. A sense of emotional flatness replaces the vibrancy of life, dulling your spirit and making it harder to connect with others. That once lively spark of joy, warmth, and openness starts to fade, leaving you in a state of emotional isolation. But here's the stark reality: when you stop connecting with yourself in this intimate way, the disconnection doesn't stay just in your heart or your mind. It slowly spreads, reaching into your body and impacting even your most vital organs. The emotional toll of this detachment doesn't just stay on the surface. It seeps deeper, affecting your health in ways you never expected. Which brings us to an incredibly vital truth: prostate health. For men, the prostate is one of the most important, yet often overlooked, organs as they age. This small but crucial gland plays a major role in both sexual and urinary functions, and yet, so many men fail to care for it properly until problems begin to arise. What many don't realize is that regular ejaculation, whether through intimacy or masturbation, is essential to maintaining prostate health. It's not just pleasurable, it's protective. It's also protective. When a man stops masturbating entirely, the prostate, much like any other part of the body, begins to stagnate. Fluids that should be naturally expelled start to build up, causing a condition known as prostate congestion. Over time, this stagnation leads to discomfort, a constant feeling of pressure, and an increased risk of inflammation or infection. Just as muscles atrophy without use, the prostate weakens without the regular release that helps keep it healthy. Ejaculation acts as a natural mechanism to keep the prostate active, clearing out old fluids, promoting fresh circulation, and ensuring that the gland remains responsive. Without this crucial release, the prostate becomes more vulnerable to enlargement, a condition known as benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH. This enlargement can obstruct the flow of urine, leading to frequent nighttime trips to the bathroom and even the need for medical intervention. The discomfort of BPH is not just a minor inconvenience. It can interfere with daily life, causing frustration, sleepless nights, and a constant reminder of the body's aging process. This isn't just hypothetical, it's a truth confirmed by decades of clinical observation. The simple act of regular ejaculation helps protect this essential organ from unnecessary distress, giving it the support it needs to function properly as the years go by. Ignoring this aspect of self-care is not a mark of modesty or propriety. It's a missed opportunity for prevention. The good news is, you don't have to rely solely on medications or invasive treatments to care for your prostate. Something as simple, as natural, and as private as masturbation can serve as an incredibly effective, proactive method to protect this vital part of your body. It's a personal act, yes, but its benefits extend far beyond pleasure. They are about prevention, about staying ahead of potential problems before they become overwhelming. But the benefits of masturbation as we age go even deeper than just the health of the prostate. What if I told you that this small, intimate act also has a profound impact on your brain chemistry, shaping how you feel, how you sleep, and even how you think each day. It's more than just physical relief. It's a mental and emotional recharge. If you're still with me and finding these insights valuable, please comment, number 1, below so I know you're here and engaged. Let's dive into the next point. 4. Hormonal balance and brain chemistry. One of the most powerful and yet often overlooked benefits of masturbation for older adults is its direct impact on hormonal balance and brain chemistry. When you engage in self-pleasure and reach orgasm, your brain releases a cascade of natural chemicals: dopamine, oxytocin, endorphins, and prolactin. These aren't just feel-good hormones. They are critical for maintaining mental, emotional, and physical health as we age. Dopamine is often referred to as the motivation molecule. It helps you feel engaged and emotionally connected to life, creating a sense of joy and purpose. Oxytocin, known as the bonding hormone, fosters a feeling of calm and connection, making you feel more grounded and secure in your emotional world, even when you're by yourself. Endorphins, the body's natural painkillers, not only reduce discomfort but also bring clarity and focus. Finally, prolactin supports restful sleep and cellular recovery, helping your body rejuvenate and regenerate as you rest. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. For older adults, these natural chemical responses become powerful tools for overall wellness. They can ease the symptoms of insomnia, anxiety, and depression, which are all too common as we age. A single, private act can improve your mood, help you sleep more deeply, and even enhance your immune function, without needing a prescription, a doctor's visit, or any insurance approval. But when this vital hormonal activity is absent, the effects can be just as profound. Over time, the lack of these natural chemicals can lead to a slow decline in emotional well-being. Anxiety can build, irritability can creep in, and a sense of emotional numbness can replace the feelings of vitality you once enjoyed. Sleep becomes more elusive, stress lingers longer, and this imbalance can silently erode your memory, focus, and physical resilience. Masturbation isn't just about seeking pleasure. It's about providing your brain with the necessary signals it needs to stay emotionally stable, grounded, and alive. And if your brain benefits from this regular release, what about the part of you that is often forgotten? The part that feels the warmth of physical presence, the comfort of touch? Your sense of dignity and self-worth, often nurtured through physical connection with your body, is just as important. 5. Touch is a basic human need, even when it comes from yourself. As we age, physical touch tends to become less frequent. Hugs become rarer, intimacy fades, and in many cases, people start to avoid their bodies altogether. This absence of touch, especially self-touch, can create a profound emotional void. Not only does it affect your mental health, but it can also have serious physical consequences. Masturbation, in its simplest form, is a powerful way to stay connected to your body, to nurture yourself, and to remind yourself that you are still deserving of comfort and care. For many older adults, there comes a time when the body is treated like a fragile machine to be maintained rather than a home to be cherished. You go through the motions, bathing, dressing, taking medications, but there's no deeper acknowledgement of the body with warmth or affection. Over time, this emotional detachment can lead to feelings of disconnection and isolation, making it harder to experience the joy and satisfaction that comes from being fully present in your own body. But by re-establishing this intimate connection through masturbation, you affirm that you are still alive, still capable, still deserving of comfort and pleasure. It's a simple yet powerful act that nurtures not just your physical well-being but your emotional health as well. This small act of self-care serves as a reminder that despite the passage of time, you are still whole, still vital, and still connected to yourself in the most profound way possible. Over time, this disconnect between mind and body can slowly morph into a deep sense of emotional numbness, a feeling of alienation from the very body that has faithfully carried you through life. What once was an intimate connection, where each breath, each touch, and each movement resonated with purpose, may now feel distant. It's as though you've become a stranger to yourself. But there's a way to change that. Self-touch, the simple act of reclaiming your body as your own, helps bridge that gap. It invites you to slow down, to listen, to feel, not out of obligation or duty, but out of deep care and love for yourself. Masturbation becomes more than just a physical act. It transforms into something meditative, an opportunity to reconnect with your body on a deeply emotional level. It is a gentle reminder that you are still here. You still matter. You still belong to yourself. This act of reclaiming touch restores your sense of confidence and power, soothing the loneliness that sometimes silently creeps in as we age. It is a tender reaffirmation that you are still whole, still capable of feeling, and still deserving of comfort and connection, even in solitude. And as profound as this personal connection is, there's another often overlooked benefit to masturbation in old age. It helps you maintain a sense of intimacy and control, even when partnerships change or fade away. Let's explore this further. 6. Intimacy doesn't end when partnerships do. As we grow older, relationships inevitably evolve. Some people lose a partner to illness or time, while others experience a gradual emotional distance in long-term marriages. For some, the journey through retirement and aging may be marked by the absence of a companion, navigating life alone, often with only the echo of past conversations in the quiet of their home. In these moments, many begin to believe that intimacy, the kind that once felt vibrant and life-affirming, is simply over. But the truth is that true intimacy doesn't require a partner to exist. It begins with you. Masturbation allows older adults to maintain a relationship with their own desires, their own tenderness, and their own emotional world, no matter their relationship status. Far from being a mere substitute for a partner, self-intimacy is an act of independence. It is a powerful reclaiming of closeness, intimacy, and self-connection entirely on your terms. It sends a powerful message to your spirit. Your ability to feel pleasure, to seek comfort, and to connect intimately didn't leave when another person did. It still lives within you. This kind of private connection is especially critical when physical or emotional closeness with others becomes rare or impossible. It helps preserve a sense of emotional equilibrium, promoting personal agency and resilience in the face of loneliness. It diminishes the isolation that can build up during long, quiet evenings when the world outside seems too distant to reach. And perhaps most importantly, it serves as a reminder that you are still a complete, feeling human being, capable of joy, pleasure, and emotional fulfillment, even without a partner beside you. But here's the truth. Many seniors still carry with them unnecessary guilt or shame around the topic of self-pleasure. This emotional burden is often ingrained from years of societal messages, religious teachings, or family beliefs that told us sexual expression was something to hide, something to be ashamed of. These messages ran deep, shaping how many older adults feel about their bodies, their desires. But it's time to release that outdated shame. It doesn't belong to you anymore. The shame that you've carried all these years was not yours to begin with. It was handed down, and you have every right to let it go. Masturbation is not a sign of weakness or moral failure. It is a healthy, normal, and even therapeutic part of the human experience. Releasing the shame that has been a part of your life for so long is one of the most liberating acts you can perform in your later years. When you stop viewing self-pleasure as something wrong, you begin to take back control, not just of your physical body, but of your emotional and mental well-being. What replaces that shame is not only acceptance but confidence, peace, and a deep sense of relief. When you understand that your body still deserves care, pleasure, and attention, you start to treat yourself with more respect, dignity, and compassion. You walk taller, sleep more soundly, and live more freely. By shedding the weight of guilt, you create space for self-care, an act of kindness to yourself that is as important as any other. And there's no better way to begin caring for yourself than to understand how to do so safely, comfortably, and with intention. This is why the next step is so crucial. It's not just about why, it's about how to approach self-intimacy in a way that supports your health, restores your sense of peace, and reaffirms your connection to yourself. As we age, the act of masturbation, like any other aspect of self-care, deserves to be handled with patience, respect, and comfort. Your body has undergone natural changes over the years, and while that might feel unfamiliar at times, it's part of the journey of aging. What felt good or seemed effortless decades ago may not be the same now, and that's perfectly okay. The goal, however, has shifted. It's no longer about performance, it's about presence. The simple act of being present with yourself, of honoring your body in this intimate way, is a form of profound self-care. To begin, find a quiet, private space where you feel comfortable and safe. Create an environment that invites relaxation. Permit yourself to explore your body without pressure or expectations. This time is yours to indulge in at your own pace, without distraction or judgment. There's no rush. Embrace this moment as an opportunity to reconnect with yourself, without the pressures of the world pulling you away. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment too below to let me know that you are still here with me. For many older adults, dryness or sensitivity can become an issue, but the simple use of lubrication can make all the difference. Lubricants not only reduce friction and prevent irritation, but they can also heighten sensation, making the experience far more pleasurable. Take your time to experiment with different types of lubricants until you find one that works best for you. For men, allow yourself time to savor stimulation. There's no need to focus on a specific outcome. Let the experience be about enjoyment and connection, not achieving a particular goal. For women, gentle touch and mindful awareness of your body's sensitive areas can help rekindle sensations that may have been forgotten. Focus on the feelings that arise before, during, and after. How do you feel? More relaxed? More connected to yourself? These are the true signs that you are nurturing your emotional and physical well-being, not just through physical pleasure, but through self-awareness and care. Self-intimacy is not something to feel embarrassed or ashamed of. It is a powerful act of self-awareness, a quiet strength that offers emotional grounding. Just like any health practice, consistency matters more than intensity. Gentle, regular self-connection can help support your mood, circulation, sleep patterns, and sense of personal empowerment. When you choose to engage in this act regularly, you are choosing to honor your body's needs and maintain your emotional and physical health, even when external support or intimacy with others is unavailable. But what happens if you continue to ignore this vital part of your health? The long-term risks may be more significant than you realize. The absence of self-intimacy can lead to physical stagnation, emotional numbness, and a sense of disconnection from your body. You may begin to feel more isolated, more withdrawn, and less connected to the vitality of life. The key to maintaining a sense of self is to remain engaged with your own body, to nourish it, and to honor its needs. A final word. The most personal and profound act of self-care is the act of embracing your own body with love, kindness, and presence. As you stand at this stage of life, filled with wisdom, reflection, and a deeper understanding of what truly matters, you may begin to realize something essential. Aging is not about decline. It's about rediscovery. You are not fading away. You are evolving, and one of the most intimate, often overlooked parts of that evolution is the relationship you maintain with your own body. For many older adults, the very idea of masturbation may still carry the weight of shame, embarrassment, or the misconception that it no longer belongs in this chapter of life. But what if now, more than ever, is the most important time to reconnect with this part of yourself? Not for anyone else, not for performance, but for your healing, presence, and peace. Your body, though it may look different from what it was in your youth, still belongs to you. It still responds to care. It still reacts to kindness. It still thrives when given attention and love. Touch, in any form, is a human need, a basic expression of life, and when that touch comes from you, it's not just physical. It is spiritual, emotional, and deeply affirming. It says to your heart, "You are still here. You still matter." Masturbation at this stage of life is not a shameful act. It is one of the most profound acts of self-care available to you. It helps maintain circulation, supports prostate and pelvic health, balances mood and hormones, eases loneliness, improves sleep, and reminds you that you are still connected to your desires and your identity. Even in solitude, you can feel alive, powerful, and whole. If no one has told you this before, hear it now. You do not need permission to be close to yourself. You do not need to apologize for being human. You do not need to carry outdated beliefs that silence your needs or dismiss your body's truth. You deserve to feel. You deserve to rest without emptiness. You deserve to look in the mirror and see someone who is still worth touching, still worth loving, still worth being. The world often forgets the power of quiet rituals, the act of closing the door, breathing deeply, and giving yourself what no one else can. But in that moment, when the world slows and you return to yourself, you may find something sacred, a reconnection, a softening, a spark of life that's always been there, waiting for you to embrace it. So, as you move forward, carry this truth with you. Masturbation is not something to be hidden, judged, or dismissed with age. It is your right, your private joy, your reminder that you are not just existing, but living fully, deeply, and unapologetically. Your journey is not over. Your body is still listening. And every time you choose to honor it with care, kindness, and presence, you are choosing to live on your terms. As we come to the end of this conversation, I want to ask you, what have you learned today? What insights or new perspectives will you take with you as you move forward? Is it the power of self-intimacy, the importance of reconnecting with your body, or the liberation that comes from letting go of outdated shame? I invite you to comment below and share one thing you've learned today that you will bring into your life moving forward. Your thoughts, experiences, and reflections are invaluable, not just to me, but to everyone watching. If you found this video helpful, inspiring, or even eye-opening, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Your support means the world, and together, we can continue this journey of self-discovery, healing, and empowerment.